She was a wonderful, kind, very efficient lady.
Every family has stories about their history that are in danger of being lost forever.
Always made each one of us feel we never were jealous of her.
Wouldn't it be wonderful to capture those memories for your family today and for generations to come? You owe it to yourself and your children and your children's children. Let us help you create a lifetime of memories just like these.
This street, this house right here, this was our house right here.
Contact us today. Don't let your family's past slip away forever. This may be one of the best things that you ever do for your family.
My father was born in Kiev, which was a large town, and my father's family came over just as my mother's family. They came over because of the Tsar.
Abe Devine left Russia in about 1904. It was my understanding that the rest of the family followed him. There was my dad, who came over in 1906, who followed my uncle. They came over because they tried to get out of the draft.
So they deserted. And when they left, they got caught, and they were going to be shot. So they were being marched back to be shot, and they ran into one of the boys' brothers coming in the other direction who was in the Russian army. And he told the officer that had caught them that he would take over from here and take them back to be shot. And when they got out of sight of this officer, they escaped. He let them go. And that's how they eventually made it to the U.S.
My sister Esther and Toby and my cousin Tina were all getting into mischief. They were all stealing apples. They were all doing little naughty things that weren't so terrible. Another thing they used to do is get on the telephone and call somebody and then say something silly and then hang up. And the biggest one was calling at the drugstores and saying, "Do you have Prince Albert in cans?" Prince Albert was a tobacco. So they would call up and say, "Do you have," and of course Iona and I would die laughing. We would never do it. "Do you have Prince Albert in cans?" "Yes, we do." "Well, for God's sake, let him out." That was the joke. So.
And there were about 8 boxes of O. Henry bars, just discarded back there in a big pile. And I thought, oh my God. And I opened up the box and they were full of O. Henry bars. So I ran around the neighborhood telling all the kids. So we went back there and we all started eating these candy bars. And then Red, who was one of the owners of the store, came running out and said, "What are you doing?" And I said, "Well, we're eating these candy bars." He said, "Don't eat those, they're full of worms." So we got a little protein that day, I guess.
My little house.
This street, this house right here, this was our house right here. Where the Devines and the LeMays lived upstairs of us.
Oh, I see.
And upstairs was an attic that the squirrels lived.
Yeah, come on in here. Take a look around a little bit.
We'd only had 2 or 3 bedrooms.
The woodwork is still the exact same woodwork.
Yeah, it looks the same. In the old days during Prohibition, he would make his own wine here.
I see.
And I remember eating the cherries that they used to come off of there, and one day I got a little too many cherries. Yeah, oh my God.
And one day I found a few pennies and nickels down on the floor, on the ground, and I looked and it was like loaded. Some delivery man must have lost his money, and I ran and got all the kids in the neighborhood and we all picked up all the money and I shared it, with me. And we went to the candy store.
And she hasn't gotten any smarter since.
Not any smarter. Let everybody know.
Right here where
my dad built.
Brewery.
Right
he built
there.
that in
My dad built that
1926.
store. Right there. Yep.
That was it. We'll go to St. Clair and come back up that way. Go to the right here. Oh.
It's just so exciting to see it. There's no place in Minneapolis that means that much to me as those, even though I've been away for over 50 years, still my wonderful childhood memories make me long to go back there again.